Let me ask you something. Do you consider yourself smarter than your parents? Or even your grandparents? For 50 years, each generation scored higher. It wasn't just a slight increase. It was a measurable and consistently higher score on intelligence tests. This trend was global, observed in every country. From the 1930s to the 1990s, a child born in 1980 was smarter than their parents. Researchers named this phenomenon the Flynn effect. For half a century, it was a highly reliable finding in cognitive science. However, around 1995, the upward trend stopped, and then it surprisingly reversed its direction. Data from over 1 million people across 8 countries confirmed an unexpected decline. Intelligence scores are now falling. The decline was so significant, researchers called it alarming. But there's a simultaneous rising trend that few have noticed. This is where it gets truly captivating. A 2018 Norwegian study confirmed this reversal of the trend. The Norwegian study confirmed the reversal was accelerating. It tracked over 700,000 men spanning 3 decades. An American study of 400,000 people across 4 cognitive areas found 3 of them were declining. By the end, you'll understand what's causing these scores to fall and why it's affecting you now. 3 things are driving this trend. The third factor makes the first 2 seem like a mere warm-up. A hidden clue in this video's beginning will reveal its true meaning by the end. When the reversal was confirmed, the most comfortable explanation spread quickly, especially if you weren't the group being blamed. The theory was simple. Smarter people tend to have fewer children, while less educated populations have more. Over generations, this lowers average intelligence. This was called the dysgenics hypothesis, presented with the cold authority of arithmetic. It seemed scientific. The theory spread rapidly through news, comments, and discussions. You've likely heard and perhaps even believed a version of it. But in 2018, Norwegian researchers debunked this theory. They compared brothers, not different families. They compared brothers. Same parents, same house, same genes, same upbringing, same dinner table. The only variable was their age. The younger brother scored lower, proving the decline wasn't genetic. Since they shared DNA, the decline wasn't inherited. Something in their environment changed between generations. The environment shifted, and it was a global shift. The same shifting pattern appeared across many countries. It's like 2 plants from the same seed in one pot. The later sprouted one got less light. The seed was identical, only the conditions changed. This isn't about genetics, but environmental shifts since 1975. This isn't about who is having children, but environmental changes after 1975, affecting specific cognitive skills. These tests measure abstract reasoning, working memory, and processing speed, which are all declining. It's the ability to hold and manipulate multiple thoughts. There are suspects responsible for this decline. You interact with at least 2 suspects daily. The declining cognitive skills form a specific, non-random cluster. This specific cluster is called executive function, encompassing sustained attention, working memory, and more. It's also the ability to delay gratification and reason under pressure. What caused these skills to rise and now fall? Here's the mechanism. Executive function isn't fixed at birth. It develops like a muscle through use. It builds through repeated, effortful use. But the specific exercise for it is now scarce in modern life. That exercise is boredom. Staying with something difficult, even when an easier option is available. Reading through an argument, solving problems without distraction, or following a thought fully builds this skill. In 2023, researchers tracked over 80,000 people, discovering something truly astonishing about focus. Average screen focus time plummeted from 2.5 minutes in 2004 to just 47 seconds now. It's not that people got dumber, but their environment stopped demanding sustained focus. Every app and platform is designed to interrupt you, keeping you scrolling, which generates revenue. The business model equals cognitive cost. The younger Norwegian brother grew up with far more digital interruptions, more fragmentation, passive consumption, and fewer hours of uninterrupted thought hindered the younger brother's working memory. The seed was identical, but the light was different. The attention environment is the primary driver. But it's not alone. Two more suspects exist. The second was subtly removed from your food, unnoticed. This change wasn't accidental. It was a quiet decision made without public notice. Throughout most of the 20th century, commercial bread in the US and Europe used iodized dough conditioners. Iodine is vital for thyroid function, which directly links to cognitive development, especially in children and in utero. The Flynn effect's rise perfectly mirrored improvements in nutrition, particularly iodine availability. In the 1970s and 80s, manufacturers switched. Bromine-based alternatives replaced iodized conditioners in bread. Bromine-based alternatives replaced iodized conditioners. Iodine deficiency, once solved, quietly returned. Iodine deficiency reduces IQ by 10 to 15 points in developing populations. It's a measurable decline. In developed nations, the effect is smaller but measurable, and it happened unannounced. You likely received less iodine. This change wasn't accidental. It was a quiet decision made without public notice. Lead in aviation fuel, present until 1996, caused measurable cognitive losses for those living near airports. Nutrition, chemical exposure, and the attention environment are three converging forces acting for 50 years. None of these factors alone fully explain the decline. A new, quietly rising trend emerged since 2015. This rising graph is the video's true subject. Remember the Flynn effect? Generations scored higher for 50 years? Then it reversed. Now, let me tell you something crucial I haven't revealed yet. Researchers observed a pattern of falling scores. Not all cognitive skills are declining at the same rate. The fastest declining skills form a specific, non-random cluster. Upon careful examination, it's clear. It appears almost designed, a combination of forces targeting the same specific brain skills. These are the same skills that AI systems have rapidly improved at. Humans are losing the ability to reason through problems. Holding multiple thoughts, staying focused, and thinking under pressure are critical, non-random skills. These are the hardest foundational skills we ever developed, crucial for everything, beyond mere reading or talking. I'm talking about the deep ability to thoroughly think through hard problems, ignoring obvious answers for real solutions. Precisely, these are the measurable skills where AI systems have improved fastest since 2015. Is this a coincidence? We've measured human thinking since the 1930s, and AI thinking since 2015. AI thinking has been measured since 2015. On the same graph, human intelligence declines as AI rises. Right now, they're converging more than ever. Though tests differ, researchers acknowledge the overlap is significant. The overlap isn't a coincidence. Both trends track the same skills, heading toward a singular meeting point. Holding multiple thoughts, staying focused, and thinking under pressure are critical, non-random skills. Something in the world changed, and these changes are, in principle, reversible. The Norwegian brothers study proves it. The only variable was their environment, not their genetics. It's about their world, not who they were. No prior generation had real-time data to see this decline. Researchers confirming the Flynn effect couldn't foresee its reversal, and those confirming the reversal couldn't predict AI's rapid benchmark on these tasks. You have this data now, watching the lines converge in real time, a unique historical moment. You are witnessing history. The decline is reversible. and the cost of inaction has never been higher. Humans are getting dumber. The real question is whether we reverse this trend or become part of it. Reversing this decline requires specific conditions, often the opposite of popular productivity advice. The situation isn't fixed or permanent. You are among the few generations aware this cognitive decline exists.